Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 60. The conversation I want to get into today is Gary Antuanne Russell becoming the new boogeyman at 140. Let's get into a few short clips on what Gary Antuanne Russell had to say before facing Viktor POSTOL, and also what he had to say in earning a victory in a 10th round stoppage over Viktor POSTOL. And I'll let you know if he's truly becoming the boogeyman.
Okay. What's up, bro? The first question is, man, POSTOL fought Crawford and Josh Taylor. Right. You know what I'm saying? Are you looking to outperform them Saturday night?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, of course, don't lose to me.
Now, obviously, there's going to be parallel comparisons against. It's going to be hard when people like Josh Taylor beat him, Terrence Crawford face them, pound for pound guys. You're going to be a future pound for pound star yourself after this fight.
Definitely. Definitely.
Is it to be undisputed at 140 the goal and face Josh Taylor, not overlooking Viktor POSTOL, or unsure at the moment?
Yeah. The ultimate goal is to wipe out the 140 division.
In the Olympic trials, you did one of the things that many people don't do: come after a loss and then get 2 wins immediately after, and it was against Jaron Ennis himself against Andre Ward. Is that the big super fight between you and Jaron Ennis in your future?
No, not at all. I wouldn't say it's a super fight. It should be. In the future, that should be some pay-per-view.
Congratulations on that tremendous win.
Appreciate it.
Once again, congratulations on the tremendous win. You've done something that no one else was able to do against, none other than Viktor POSTOL. Can you just speak a little bit about your great performance today?
Honestly, man, I'm my worst critic. I give myself a D+. My father give myself a B. I just gotta go back to the drawing board. We gotta critique the things that we didn't critique in the fight. We got the fight over and won victoriously with a stoppage. That had never been done. He done fought undisputed, and he done fought other champions that tried their best to knock him out, like Josh Taylor. They became victorious against him. There was his only 2 losses, but they didn't do it in the fashion that I did it.
So the big question that I got, is he becoming the true boogeyman at 140? Is he becoming a dominant type of fighter to where other fighters may be scared to fight him in the future? I would have to say yes, in my own humble opinion. I think he is. He's a special talent, and I think he's going to probably be a bigger star than Gary Russell Jr. Gary Antuanne Russell is no joke. He's got the hand speed. He's got the body frame to fill out to actually move at the 147. I just think them guys. Let me tell you something. The Russells can fight. The Russells, they trained them when they was young. They fought in the yard and everything with gloves and stuff like that. But these guys are very, very highly skilled. They are, I think in a sense they are underrated. Even Gary Russell Jr., I think he's highly underrated. But Antuanne Russell is he's going to become a superstar. I think if he keeps knocking people out, I think he's going to get more. Obviously, anytime you knock anybody out, you're going to get more attention in the sport of boxing. But I think he's on the road to greatness. And also on my channel, I also have a amateur fight between him and Jaron Ennis, so please go check that out. I don't make too much of that because it's the amateurs, and the point system is different. The way you have to fight is a lot different than the pros. I think even in that fight, I think it was close, but I think that both guys, and I got a video coming out about Gary Antuanne Russell and Jaron Ennis, so please stay tuned for that when I drop it. But Gary Antuanne Russell he's special. He's something different, and I think he's going to be feared. And he has called out Devin Haney, and from I guess Gervonta Tank Davis. I think he can. I don't know if he's officially called him out yet, but I think especially campaigning at 140, you would have to put him in that conversation to be a potential matchup with Gary Antuanne Russell. And also the guy that's sitting at the top is Josh Taylor. Will he move up? Well, if he moves up to 147 and face, they got speculations that he may move up, and if he does, he's going to be the WBO mandatory for Terrence Crawford, super champion or whatever they call that. They got so many belts now, I can't keep up with them. But if Josh Taylor, depends on what he decides to do. If he actually stays down at 140, I got a good feeling he may. I don't think he want no problems with Terrence Crawford. especially not after that last performance he had against Jack Cartier. So I think that, man, Josh Taylor should probably stay where he's at right now and give some of these other guys maybe 1-2 more fights to kind of test himself against the best and see if he's truly ready to make that jump, because 147 is no joke. But I think that Gary Antuanne Russell can campaign in either one of them, but I'd rather for him to stay at 140. I think he can make a lot of noise at 140. And like I say, some of the fights that he could probably get, I would like to see him maybe take another fight before actually fighting Josh Taylor. And I'm just going to be honest, I think he can actually beat Josh Taylor right now. But I think as far as just working on his skill set, a couple other things that, you know, in the fight he said after the fight he gave himself a D, and he said his daddy gave him a B. I like his demeanor. I think he's very humble. He's very well spoken, and he's got so much room to grow. And I think the trajectory that he's on, that he can become one of the new stars. Like I say, when a lot of other stars are starting to get older, they start getting in their 30s, high 30s or whatever, you always need that fresh blood to come in and fill those holes. And I think that Gary Antuanne Russell may be that guy that can fill some of them holes as far as superstardom. I think he's only like 23. I think he's like 23, 25, somewhere in there. So he still got some room to grow. But also he's at a really good age, starting to get into his prime, close to his prime. But from what he's showing, he's going to be a star. He's going to be somebody that a lot of fighters are not going to want to mess with straight off the bat. I think a big reason why, because he's knocking everybody out for one, and that's expected. But Viktor Postol has never been knocked out. He's never been stopped by Terrence Crawford or Josh Taylor, and both of those, especially Terrence Crawford, he knocks everybody out. So for Gary Antuanne Russell to come in there and do that, even though I do not like comparing one fight to the next, in certain cases, because certain fighters, they get older. They may not be on their A game from one fight to the next, and also styles makes fights. So, it shows that Viktor Postol is a tough fighter to actually hang, especially Terrence Crawford. I don't make too much of Josh Taylor, whatever. I'm not too high on Josh Taylor. I think that whatever he decides to do, I think that his time is coming, and I think if they actually set the right fights for Josh Taylor to actually test himself with Gary Antuanne Russell and maybe a few others, I think they'll probably get him. But I think that I would, if I was his manager, Gary Antuanne Russell, I would like to see him and Regis Prograis next, maybe. I think it'll be a tremendous fight. I do not think that Tank Davis, they will make that fight at all. But that will be to me, I don't know about a mega fight, because I think Gary Antuanne Russell is still trying to make a name for himself at 140. And I think with a win over Regis Prograis could actually set up a fight with him and Tank Davis, potentially. But that's the way they managing Tank Davis. I just don't really see it being realistic. But if Devin Haney was to actually move up to 140, I would love to see that matchup. And like I say, with Gary Russell Jr., they got some history. So his younger brother could kind of fill that void, because I think body-wise, I think is better for his younger brother and Antuanne Russell to actually fill that void, because his body size. I simply think that Gary Russell Jr. is a little bit too small, especially to go up to 140 or even 135. I think them guys are just too big for him. But like I say, this guy right here is a rising star. I'm very high on him. I think he has so much potential in the sport of boxing. And right now, I don't see, especially at 140, I don't see anybody beating him. Not even Regis Prograis. But the reason why I bring up Regis Prograis, because I think that could be a good test for him. I think that Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor had a very, very close fight as well. So if he can go in there and stop Regis Prograis, or actually dominate Regis Prograis, that will let the his handlers or whatever say, hey, look, I think he's ready to go for undisputed. Like I say, I don't even think he has 20 wins. I think he's like 19-19 or 19-18 or something like that. But I think this kid has so much room to grow. And I think everything about him is so positive, from his footwork, his defense, his ring IQ, for him to be, like I say, the way he carries himself inside and outside of the ring, I love it. He has his own swag, his own style. So you know, if you stand out, a lot of times the fans they'll get behind you, and I think that he'll have a positive rate of certain fans actually cheering for him than to kind of go against him. But you know, he still has a little while to go as far as making a name for himself. I think he needs a couple more opponents to actually get his name bigger, to actually face bigger opponents. And I think if he can actually beat Regis Prograis, I think that could set up a really big fight between him and Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis. But like I said, Gervonta Tank Davis, that fight will be very hard to make because how they kind of managing him. And I don't know if he's, you know, that's a dangerous fight for anybody. But you guys let me know what you think about this topic down in the comments below. That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo, episode number 60. You guys let me know what you think about this topic and all the other topics that I bring up on my channel. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shoptachi.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that I currently own. Links will be down in the descriptions below. Just want to thank you guys like I do each and every single video. Without you guys, my channel would not be doing the numbers that it's doing. It would not be growing as fast as it's growing. So thank you guys. If you're old to the channel, new to the channel, please try to make sure you watch the full video so you get the full breakdown of the content. Also, if you like the video, leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss out on upcoming videos on my channel. With all that out of the way, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Combo.